Richfield Spartans at 4-2 take on the St. Louis Park Orioles, looking for their first win of the season. Hello and good evening. Bruce Hoberman along with Rich Rhodes, and tonight the Richfield Spartans take on the St. Louis Park Orioles, and senior night for Richfield as they announce the seniors on the field, and sort of a big night for the seniors, Rich, playing in their last home game here at Richfield.
Yeah, trust me, it's a big night. I've had two of them.
Both teams very run-oriented, so probably won't see too much of an effect.
Parents' night, very important game for them. This is one that they want to win, especially at home. So,
Richfield having a very good season at 4-2, and but for St. Louis Park, they've even though they haven't won a game, they've at times shown glimpses of success, and their offenses look very good. Their defense has been a big question mark, and this game for St. Louis Park to win, they're going to really need to perform without flaw on offense and have their defense come up with some big plays.
Right. But like you and I have talked about before, St. Louis Park right now just doesn't have the numbers. It's hard to be overly competitive in this conference when you've got at most half the numbers that the teams you're playing have. I mean, just looking down the Richfield line now, there's a good 40, 50, maybe even 60 players down there, and you don't see that on the St. Louis Park. And until they do, it's going to be very difficult for them to be competitive because there's a lot of guys playing both ways. That means people are getting a lot more tired, and it's just hard to be competitive that way.
As we look at the rosters too, you go through the Lake Conference rosters and you take a look at rosters of St. Louis Park and Richfield, and they're smaller rosters, and you don't have the number of players out for the teams as you do in some of the bigger schools.
Right, and if you also look at that roster, you start comparing size of the average player. Richfield, two of the captains, are at the 6'1" or 6'2", 220, 230 range. That is big for a high school player. And if you look on the St. Louis Park side, you don't see too many other starters that size. And again, it makes it even harder when you got to play both ways when you're going against someone who's 30, 40 pounds heavier than you are. So St. Louis Park has a big task ahead of them tonight. Can they do it? Yes. I think that in this league, this conference, as competitive it is, anybody can beat anybody. Even someone in the, like St. Louis Park, I think they have that ability. They just got to put it all together and do it.
Some of the plays that have hurt St. Louis Park this season have been the penalties in key situations and also the fumbles. And as you mentioned, Rich, it's going to have to be a flawless game to beat a good team like Richfield.
Right. And also with a game with so much emotion, if St. Louis Park can come out right away at the beginning and, can show some promise, they could take a little wind out of Richfield. I mean, your home team, last thing you want to do is be down. And if you're down by more than two, sometimes that plays a big mental toll on the players. So St. Louis Park, to win this game, I think they do, and I think they need to come out big the first couple series and try to take some of the wind out of Richfield.
As you mentioned, Rich, senior night, as we see all the seniors out on the field with their parents, and the parents put up with a lot during the football season as well.
Oh, yeah, busing back and forth, picking your son up.
We might as well, as we have time, we'll give you the starting lineups for the game tonight. Starting at quarterback for Richfield will be Paul Scanlon. In the backfield, we'll have Jason Thielman along with Ben Sibley and Ben Duffy. The wide receiver, Chris Miller. The tight end, Mike Parton. The line has number 51, Brian Uso. Number 55, Jason Kendrick. Number 56, Bob Olson. Number 57, Aaron Bear. And number 58, Troy Glatt. For the St. Louis Park Orioles, their offense will shape up with Matt Lechner at quarterback. The running backs will be Eric Woods and Tony Paholke. Tight end, Ross Kofer. The wide receivers are Jeff Peterson and Nate Bjorklund. Starting center for the St. Louis Park Orioles, Joel Feldman. Tackles, Mike Rallis and Matt Otterblad. The guards are Scott Bottling and Mike Miller.
St. Louis Park just got out onto the field.
St. Louis Park Orioles will be sporting their white uniforms along with the black pants. orange helmets.
For St. Louis Park to have a good night tonight, Bruce, we're going to have to see a lot out of Lechner. Last game that I covered with you, he had his spurs. I mean, one series he wasn't real crisp on his option. Next series he was, and they need an all-around 100% game out of this kid to be competitive with Richfield. He's got to be crisp on his passes, on his option running. It's going to take an all-around game out of him.
Also, for St. Louis Park, I think another key to the St. Louis Park Orioles lineup is going to be Eric Woods, and they have to get him into the game. Pahokee and Woods in the backfield have done a great job running for the Orioles, and that's going to be one key for Richfield to stop the St. Louis Park running game and to force Matt Lechner to pass the ball. That's where St. Louis Park has had their problems.
And what St. Louis Park has to do as a team is they can't let Richfield take them out of that running game. They need that running game to work. If the running game works, it allows Lechner to throw the ball a little bit, which he can do. I mean, anybody who says that Lechner can't throw the ball is just kidding themselves. This kid can throw the ball, and he can throw it very well.
Now for Richfield to win I think for Richfield, it's going to be important on offense not to make the mistakes. St. Louis Park's defense has had some problems, and if Richfield can just hold on to the ball and develop a running game with Sibley and Duffy running the ball, Richfield will have a good shot as well. And also watch for Paul Scanlon. He's a senior quarterback on that first play. Another handoff up the middle, and Richfield looks like they'll have their first down. That was Duffy on the carry.
Again, looks like Richfield is going to go straight power football up the field, not get too fancy, not try hitting the corners, but basically stay between the tackles. And what they're going to do is they're going to try to force St. Louis Park to stop them. As a defense, that's hard to do, and it's very tiring, especially if you got to play both ways.
Back to pass. Scanlon throws, and it's complete. So across the 40-yard line to the 41-yard line. Jason Thielman.
Here it is again.
It was good defense that time by Woods, but the pass perfectly thrown by Paul Scanlon.
A nice catch and a lot of traffic there. For young players, that tends to be a hard catch to make, but did a good job.
Gain of 6 now makes it 2nd down, 4 yards for Richfield. Handoff, nice sidestep move by the running back as he gets across the 46. Duffy, the ball carrier on that last play. This is where you mentioned for Richfield, it's going to be important just to keep pounding the ball at the St. Louis Park defense, and they've come up with a couple first downs now. Important now for St. Louis Park's defense to make a stance here.
Right, this is going to be a gut check. I mean, this is going to determine the whole game right here.
Breaking out into the open that time is Duffy. And Duffy gets inside the 30. What a great run by Duffy. You can see how explosive and how fast he is.
And he showed a great leg drive. He never stopped moving his feet. Even when we had people wrapped around him, he kept on moving.
Three straight first downs for Richfield. First down and 10 now as they have the ball inside the St. Louis Park 30-yard line. Man in motion to the near side. Split backfield, Scanlon. Handoff goes up the middle. Another nice game.
What it looks like they're using, Bruce, on the offensive line between the guards and centers, what we used to call back in high school a Chris block, is where you get the guard or you get the center coming out, taking the man that the guard normally would, and you get the guard coming crashing down towards the center. And when you're going to run that running back so hard right up to around the guard area, that's a great blocking scheme to use. It's hard as a defense to stop that because you're almost getting hit from the side.
But backfield, there's number 24, touchdown, Matt Scanlon. Scanlon that time eluding the defense. really only one player even touching Scanlon as he went all the way in. Ridgefield now will go for the extra point. Bill Dvorak with Jason Thielman holding. The placement's good, and the kick is wide to the right. So Ridgefield marches all the way down the field to score, but cannot convert the extra point, and they lead 6-0.
Right, and as we talked, I mean, this is an important defensive possession here for St. Louis Park. I mean, this is where they had to stop them. Now, Richfield did miss the extra point, which in ways is actually good. But right now, again, it's going to be another gut check for the offense. You got to come back and you've got to drive the ball, and you got to do more than just move it 2 or 3 first downs. You have to move it to the point where you're going to score. You got to get it down to around the end zones, and until they can start doing that, this could be a long night. Ridgefield about to kick off.
Bill Dvorak will kick off. Eric Woods, the deep man, back for St. Louis Park as he stands at his 5-yard line. Another good high kick. Woods steps up to about the 10. Straight up the field is Eric Woods, trying to get to the near side. Woods stays on his feet with a good surge out to about the 35-yard line.
Returns it to the St. Louis Park 35-yard.
Little handoff there
The
by the
Ridgefield
flag.
Is that going to be that? I heard they're talking about making it an Olympic event in 1998.
I'll make sure I watch it when I'm at home.
Right now, Ridgefield does have the edge in that event.
Ridgefield defense in a 4-3-4 defense.
Quick pitch, Eric Woods gets outside, but not that much room out there as Ridgefield closes up quickly.
Right, that was a good job by the Ridgefield defense, extending that play out, causing Eric Woods to basically run out of field, thus forcing him to start running up the field and thus meet the defense. It's also a good job there by number 1 for Ridgefield, Bill Dvorak. He took Eric Woods low. He didn't try to grab on with the hands. He took him low around the thighs, forcing that tackle.
St. Louis Park is giving the ball mostly to Woods. There's a fake, but one player not fooled. That's number 51. And Yuso was right there as Lechner, with the fake, was trying to roll the opposite way, and Yuso was right there.
I think St. Louis Park is trying to come to a play like this too early in the game. They just have not run enough offense to get to get Ridgefield thinking one direction or the other. Usually wait for that until like second half when they think, okay, they're going to run this play and they're going to run this play over and over. Then you come back with those fakes and you try to do the bootleg, but it's too early. Ridgefield just not biting on that fake.
Option, Lechner pitches to Woods, and Woods is stacked up behind the 30-yard line, so a great defensive series for Ridgefield that time as St. Louis Park really moving virtually backwards on this series.
Right, and that option just isn't working quite. There's if you look there, there's 4 or 5 defensive players within 2-yard span of both Lechner, Woods, and Pahokee. For an option offense, you can't have that. There's just too much pursuit, and Ridgefield did a good job there. They're stopping the option.
St. Louis Park to punt the ball. And it's fielded by Duffy. Duffy sidesteps one, missed tackle. Duffy comes to the near side. Duffy crosses midfield and is finally hit hard down at about the 35-yard line.
He was hit by number 60, Scott Bodolin.
Bodolin, right.
He hit him hard, too. That was not a soft hit. But also, Richfield had some great hits downfield here, blocking, crushing hits, knocking guys straight on their backside.
Right, if we had a chance to look at the replay on that, you'll see what great special teams are. And size. With size will help a little bit. And Richfield with the size advantage over St. Louis Park, they were able to push their way upfield. And a nice run back by Duffy. First and 10 from the 35. The pitch goes to Duffy. And Duffy stays on his feet, but is brought down at about the 29-yard line.
Well, it was a good pursuit there by St. Louis Park defense, stretching that all out a little bit.
Scott Bodolin again with the tackle.
Forcing him to not take the corner. He had to cut it up earlier, and I think he wanted to, thus meeting the defense and cutting the gain short.
That's the end of the first quarter. Sort of a pretty quick first quarter.
Right. St. Louis Park's first possession ate up a lot of time off the clock, but Richfield took advantage of the time that they had. So.
All right, so we're through one quarter of play here from Richfield High School. The score, Richfield 6, the St. Louis Park Orioles nothing.
Plant a tree.
Oh, we were gone.
A little preview here. Richfield offense lining up to the ball first play of the second quarter, running option. And again, that option offense, you could have someone take both the quarterback and pitch. That is not what happened. Pitchman gets the ball, runs outside.
Which was Scanlon to Duffy, and Duffy took it all the way in for the touchdown.
Two major blocks downfield on that play also for Richfield.
After missing the extra point, now Richfield will go 4-2. This is Scanlon. He's going to throw the ball in the corner. I think, I don't think that was an illegal play. I think it's going to be an illegal pass. I think it was a double forward pass.
I don't know. That referee saw, he's the one that flew. A little offensive interference.
Offensive interference. I just, from up here, I didn't quite take a good look at it, but it almost looked like it was a lateral pass. A lateral, I guess. So it was an eligible throw, but pass interference called against the receiver, and so two missed extra points, and Richfield leads 12-0 over the St. Louis Park Orioles.
Mistakes like that could play a key or a toll on them later in the game if St. Louis Park gets their offense together and the defense together and starts playing some football. Mistakes like that are what we talked about, where we didn't think that Richfield should be making mistakes like that, and here they are. And right now, it's still pretty early in the game. They could be leaving themselves open.
Well, St. Louis Park has been very successful so far this season with two-point conversions. So, it really, again, if it turns into a high-scoring game, Rich, that's where maybe 4 touchdowns to Richfield and 3 touchdowns for St. Louis Park can amount to a tie game.
Right.
But for St. Louis Park, really, they're going to need to, in this series, show signs of offense, and otherwise they're going to be in for a long game against this Richfield team, because Richfield has not had any problems at all moving the ball.
Oh, none at all. St. Louis Park has yet to even come close to stopping them. St. Louis Park needs to get the ball inside Richfield's 30-yard line. If they can't do that, they're going to have some big problems.
Well, St. Louis Park is going to start off with not so good field position as the ball came to the near side.
And that right there, that was just a mental mistake. He knew. I mean, if you look at him now, he knew he should have got that ball before it rolled past him.
Troy Jacobson that time, he wanted to make sure, first of all, that he picked up the ball, but he had his knee on the ground, and once that knee touches the ground, the ball's dead.
That's right. Now causing the St. Louis Park offense to start deep in their own end of the field, starting the 10-yard line.
Here's where St. Louis Park needs a big run. Eric Woods has been manhandled by the Richfield defense, and they need Eric Woods to be able to break one. And there's it's going to pin St. Louis Park even back a little bit further.
Number 60, Scott Bodolin.
Bodolin
That's
from the
right.
left side of the line.
I'll get that name sooner or later, folks, I promise.
That official looks like Steve Herberts from, we've seen him on Zebras are officials too. I don't know if that's him or not.
I have had a few run-ins with him in college.
Split backfield for the Orioles. This would be a quick way for Richfield to make up those 2 extra points that they lost by pinning St. Louis Park in their own end zone.
Right. St. Louis Park, they need to get a first down. It's now, what is it, 2nd and 14? They've got to do something here. They've got to get some spark. They've got to move the ball. Running the ball up the gut of the offense is not going to do it. That is not going to get you yards, and it's definitely not going to get you out of this end of the field.
The other thing, Rich, we've seen St. Louis Park a predominantly rushing-oriented offense. And if they're going to pass the ball, they don't want to be forced to pass on 3rd down and 14. They want to mix it up and maybe pass on 1st down, which they have not done yet. Sort of a screen pass that time over the middle. Eric Woods cutting outside. It gets across the 20. The ball's loose.
Picked up by Pahokee. A lucky play there for St. Louis Park for Pahokee to be there, but yeah, it's a good play with Eric Woods coming all the way down, gaining the 1st down by himself.
That time St. Louis Park let the defense in and threw that little pass over the top to Eric Woods.
Richfield defense got big eyes there. They saw a quarterback all alone again.
Finally, made a nice block, too, there.
Right.
As you mentioned, that was a quick pickup by Pahokee. Just scoop that ball up. And that's what you call a good trailer on the play. So a break for the Orioles. They have it at the 24-yard line. Woods for 2.
Tackle there made by, looks like number 51, Brian Uso for Richfield.
We've called his name quite a bit so far in the first half. Uso playing a real good game, solid game.
Well, the Richfield defense as a whole is playing a very solid game. Definitely nothing to be ashamed of by their performance so far in this game.
St. Louis Park runs an option. Lechner will pitch. Woods to the near side, and what a tackle.
Nice tackle there by number 21 for Richfield.
That was Sabilla.
One thing I'm so far very impressed with Richfield, as most teams that try to take down Eric Woods try taking him up high from the waist up, and Eric Woods has proven that that's not the way to take him down. What Richfield doing is they're coming in hard and low, below the waist, take him around the thighs, and just sweeping him off his feet. And when you get a hard runner like Eric Woods, that's definitely the way you got to take him down.
Eric's going to have to be hurtling if he wants to get through some of these plays. St. Louis Park is going to probably be a costly penalty against the offense that time because
illegal motion there
they only needed 3 yards for a first down. Now it's going to be 8 yards to go for a first down in St. Louis Park, being that they do like to run the ball. 8 yards is a tough chunk to gain.
Right, and this is where you talked earlier of putting themselves in a passing situation on 3rd down. Not where they want to be, but it's kind of where they end up at times. Richfield, on the other hand, is sitting pretty here.
Right, the defense can just tee up, expecting the pass, tee up on the quarterback, and if St. Louis Park does pass the ball, you're going to probably get a lot of pressure from this defense. Lechner calls a timeout. St. Louis Park wants to think this one over.
I would. I would. I don't know if I don't know if you'd want to come back with the screen pass or not. I don't know how well that would work. And as far as long passing, we really haven't seen St. Louis Park do that. So they definitely need to think about this because this is a crucial part of the game. 8:14 left in the first half. Trailing 12-0 at the opponent. Away. You're at the opponent's home field.
I had a chance to talk to the coaching staff of St. Louis Park, and they felt very confident going into this game. Even though Richfield has a much better record, they thought they had a great opportunity against this Richfield team. But Richfield has really come out strong on both sides of the ball. They've played very well offensively. St. Louis Park has not been able to have any success defensively against the Richfield offense. And on defense, Richfield has stopped the Orioles. They've given up a few first downs, but they've come up with the big plays when necessary.
Right, and that's the old bend but don't break philosophy that a lot of coaches use. And, so far tonight we're seeing that it's working. Richfield being up 12-0.
Eric Woods in motion. Lechner back to pass, has pressure, steps up, eludes one, stays on his feet. Lechner has a first down and more. Here goes
There's
Lechner
a penalty flag down.
And gets out to about the 46. But, Rich, as you mentioned, there is a flag.
I have a feeling we got holding. Just by the indication of where the flag was thrown.
Or a clip.
Illegal block.
Clip. That's a biggie, too.
That's a lot of yards, number one. Number two, it's third down. Your quarterback was scrambling for the first down. And I have a feeling that block wasn't needed for Lechner to get out in the open like he did.
Right, if you look where the flag was thrown, it was thrown across the 30-yard line. At that time, Lechner was in open field, and St. Louis Park would have had a first down. Now St. Louis Park is pushing themselves back even further as the ball is marked at about the 19-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and 15 to go. One thing that helps is they spot the penalty from where the infraction occurred, so it's not from the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, St. Louis Park would be even back further.
Right. One thing about Lechner, though, I have to give him credit. He's a great broken play quarterback. He does very well. He's very calm in the pocket, when a play is broken up like that.
St. Louis Park ran a draw play to Woods that time, and really no chance as Richfield, players just stood in position and were able to come up with a big play.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of penetration by the Richfield defensive line, and it was almost as if they knew it was coming. They were going to wait there until he crossed the line of scrimmage, and as soon as he did, he got hit.
Bottolin, who's been busy tonight, punt once again. There's a good punt as it's fielded at the 50, and a nice tackle over on the far side. Scanlon, the ball carrier. So Richfield will have good field position once again as we're down under 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Richfield enjoying a 12-point lead right now. Rich enjoying the bloatedness after a big dinner tonight, Rich.
Big dinner. Okay, Richfield offense. Little dive play. Again, Richfield offense doing nothing more than just power football between the tackles. And basically telling St. Louis Parks, we're going to run between the tackles. You try to stop us. You're going to stop us, and we're going to run someplace else, and you got to try to stop us there. And so far, it's worked great.
Well, now they run full house backfield. I thought I heard a whistle as Richfield getting down Scanlon to the 30-yard line.
A fumble, but referee on the field calling it forced by contact with the ground.
Wishbone.
Power football.
Sevilla getting down inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line.
If you look at the Richfield offense, basically from tackle to tackle, once that ball is snapped, every one of those offensive players from tackle to tackle is in contact with the St. Louis Park player. And when that running back breaks that line of scrimmage, gets across that line of scrimmage, there is no one free to tackle him until he gets to the safety. And by that time, he's gained over 5 yards. Hard as a defense to stop that when you've got no one free near the line of scrimmage to stop the running back.
St. Louis Park has given up a lot of points in the first half this season, and they've come back in the second half. They've made some adjustments. Also, maybe some of the teams rest some of their key players, but
Right.
but St. Louis Park plays hard. They just don't have the all-around depth to really compete one-on-one with a lot of these teams. Ridgefield right now is just doing whatever they want on offense. So you mentioned they can, if they want to, they can keep running that off tackle. They've had the success, and St. Louis Park has not stopped the run at all.
Right. And I remember I was back in high school. We did the same thing. It was power football between the tackles, and we just basically said, come and stop us if you can. And if you can't, we're going to win this game. If you can, we're going to try something else and try stopping us there.
There's a handoff.
Taken down on the 1 or 2 yard line.
Bill Dvorak.
Out of nowhere, he just broke out of there. It's like he stopped and waited for everybody to move.
It really almost looked like a fake at first, where the players were looking for the option. Watch the handoff.
Oh, yeah, he did. He stopped and waited for his blockers. Good job by the Dvorak there. Most running backs would just keep on going. He stopped and waited for his blockers to get in front of him. Stopped again there. I don't think there was much of a gain, maybe a gain of a yard at the most.
Well, when you gain a yard, that's probably adequate enough as you're inside the 5 yards. They're hard to come by, but now they're down to the 1 yard line. And they're going to bring in Jason Thielman into the game.
They may have only been, that may have been a costly yard, but the way Richfield's been running the ball so far tonight, I think that's the smallest gain of the night for them.
Scanlon. And off
21 for Richfield.
Stabila at 5'10", 175-pound senior, giving Ridgefield an 18-point lead. Ridgefield with 3 touchdowns here in the first half. St. Louis Park has really been unable to mount anything on offense.
Right, and right now they're just getting beat physically on the offensive line. Ridgefield owns that offensive line. St. Louis Park can't stop them, and until you can own one or the other, it's going to be hard.
Well, correction on the score. Correction on the score: 3 touchdowns, but no extra points so far. So it's 18-0, and Ridgefield will go for the 2-point conversion from the right hash mark.
He's going to pass it.
Scanlon under some pressure, throws into the end zone. It's complete. The number 24, Matt Scanlon.
Rolls out to the left, and I believe he was a left-handed quarterback, which is perfect. I thought at first he was going to have trouble because I
thought he was going to have to throw across his body.
Right, I naturally assumed that he was a right-handed passer, but he's not, left-handed. And as a defense, left-handed passers cause a lot of problems.
I think that's one reason they took the ball over on the right hash mark and were able to
give him field to run towards.
So the 2-point conversion now makes it 20-0 in favor of the Ridgefield Spartans.
We got the Ridgefield flag running through again. I wonder what kind of caffeine rush you got to be on to want to do something like that.
That flag is not probably easy to run with right now with the wind blowing the way it is.
I don't think it is either.
Rich thinking that R stands for Rich or Rhodes or...
Of course I do. St. Louis Park needs a big play here. So far their offense and defense, basically their special teams also have not done much as far as big key plays. They need one here.
Short kick fielded by that man. That's number 8.
Jared Undine.
Rich, that's okay.
Thanks, Bruce. When I do this for 16 years...
all you need to do is just provide the commentary and what
the
happens.
Technical.
I'll go for the players' names.
All right. You've got 16 years of experience on me. I've got to catch up here.
I noticed they have a new press box here. I remember the old one. Started a little bit of a fire there. About 17 years ago, 16 years ago. Doing our first remote broadcast for radio, KDXL. Here's Pahulke. Pahulke gets outside. Pahulke down to the 41-yard line. So a nice run by Pahulke, and the biggest play for St. Louis Park so far in this ball game.
Pahulke is the terror that I described earlier. Small and quick. He gets a corner, he's going to take it. He isn't going to stop for much out there. And very few people can actually keep up with him. As we saw there, he got that corner and he took it all the way. No one really caught up with him.
Right, you'll see Pahulke will step out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So first down for St. Louis Park. Hoping to get something get on the board before halftime as they try Pahulke once again. Yeah.
Richfield defense stuffing that running play.
Well, there you can really see on a play like that what kind of penetration Richfield had, because it was just a off-tackle play, and if any, really should get right back to the line of scrimmage and not gain any, but you can see St. Louis Park lost yardage, so that Richfield really penetrating in the backfield on the play.
Well, again, that tackle is made by number 51, Yuso, and again, Richfield is owning the line of scrimmage on both offense and defensive side of the ball.
St. Louis Park will pass the ball. They just run a handoff up the middle to Pahulke, and Pahulke gets about 3 yards.
Leaving him with about a 3rd and 8.
Really, right now, I think we're looking at 4-down territory for St. Louis Park.
Oh, they almost need to. I mean, it's 20-0. 3 minutes left in the game. You're down. You're across the 50-yard line. You know, it gets to the point where you're running out of time. And someone might say, well, you got a whole second half. Well, if you look at the first quarter, there wasn't a whole lot of offense or defense run there. I mean, the time was burnt off pretty quick.
St. Louis Park using another timeout.
Still a beautiful night out there. It doesn't seem to be getting too much colder out there.
I do have to say, being in the Richfield press box is a little bit warmer than being in the St. Louis Park press box, which is probably maybe 20, 25 years old.
I was just going to say it's quite a bit older. But still a lot of noise coming in from the Richfield fans out there, being quite vocal. And showing up in quite a large number.
Tuesday starts the section quarterfinals, so the last regular season game. St. Louis Park could go 2 seasons in a row without a victory. Rich, I won't ask you how that feels, being from McAllister, but they are successful when you were there. Here's a long pass. The player was open, but the pass overthrown.
Lechner getting a little too anxious on that pass. He had plenty of time to throw that one. He could have waited, and he would have been there. The receiver would have been open. Right. A good call by St. Louis Park, but again, Lechner just getting a little too over-anxious. Watching him out there, you can tell that he wants a lot to happen, and it's not happening. He's getting a little frustrated, and I think that might be playing a part also in why he threw that so early.
Nate Bjorklund had a step on the defensive back. 20-0 air score here with 2 minutes, 43 seconds left to go. 4th downs, 8 yards to go for St. Louis Park. They're going to go for it. Lechner back to pass. Has some time. Throws it. It's almost intercepted that time by number 55, Jason Kendrick.
Good job by the Richfield defense there. No one really biting on that screen. It's like they knew it was coming. They put pressure, but not a lot of pressure. If you notice, everybody kind of hanging back. And number 55 there, he did a great job. He knew it was coming, and he knew it was coming to his side. So he just held back and waited for the ball to be thrown.
You were about to see a 230-pounder heading for the other end zone.
And trust me, he would not have went down easily either. Let me tell you that.
Ridgefield with the handoff, and St. Louis Park stacks the play up for no gain.
Looks like the tackle was made by number 57, Joel Feldman. I got that name right, Bruce.
This is the first time St. Louis Park has held Ridgefield to no gain, and handoff. Duffy stays on his feet, gets out very close to the first down marker.
By the looks of the way they're going to spot this ball, it looks like it will be a first down.
Which I have to say we're going to have a measurement here. Nope. I'd have to say you're right, Rich, and I'm wrong. I think I'm a little bit more at a different angle than you are right here.
I think it's that 16 years experience of yours catching up to you.
Yeah, or age. Misdirection, handoff.
One thing I have noticed so far about the St. Louis Park defense is there's not a lot of hitting. There's a lot more standing around, pushing by defensive line and linebackers. And you know, when you're playing someone as physical as Ridgefield, you can't have that. You can't hand slap. You can't, what our coach used to call playing patty cake. You've got to get down and dirty. You got to get in there. You got to put the helmet in the chest. And nice hit there. Nice hit there.
St. Louis Park, I think, has it.
Nice hit there by St. Louis Park. Slight fumble by the quarterback originally, and he picked it up, and I thought he was going to have time, but...
As you mentioned, a great hit, and Bodley able to come up with the ball. Let's take a look one more time.
There's that fumble I was talking about. It looked like he was going to have time, then he just got...
Backside.
Just got creamed there by number 57 for St. Louis Park. And trust me, as a quarterback, when you don't see those coming, they hurt even worse.
Right, Joel Feldman coming from the opposite side. So the clock continues to roll, 1:13. St. Louis Park with the first down. And up Paholke, trying to get outside. And a nice defensive play over on the far side. Number 21, Sibilla.
What Paholke should try to do one of these times when he gets out there is try cutting it back towards the inside. There's not a whole lot of pursuit coming from that far because he's getting the ball fairly deep into the defense.
Lechner fakes a pitch, takes it inside.
Down around the 35, 36-yard line.
St. Louis Park has to stop the clock as there's down to 30 seconds left. They've been running the ball too. They're not. They aren't throwing. Lechner's going to have to get this one down quick. Gets the first down. We're going to have a flag. We might have had some movement on the St. Louis Park line.
It's also possible that we had some lining up in the neutral zone by the defense, but you're right.
I don't believe that Ridgefield has committed a penalty in this first half.
Come to think of it, I can't either.
St. Louis Park wanted the first down to stop the clock. Now the clock continues to roll. There's 17 seconds left. They have to go to the air, Rich.
And it ain't going to happen. Lechner got out there, and he knew that it was not going to happen. He got out there, and the defensive man had not moved.
There was no blocking on the left side of the line, and the clock ticks down. St. Louis Park unable to stop the clock. And a good first half of football for the Ridgefield Spartans. They completely dominate this first half, Rich.
And again, on that last play by St. Louis Park there, like I said earlier, they have not forced Ridgefield to the bite on one direction or the other. Ridgefield is basically staying at home, and until you force them to go one way or the other, that misdirection bootleg by the quarterback is not going to work.
So we're through one half of football here from Ridgefield. Our score at halftime, the Ridgefield Spartans 20, the St. Louis Park Orioles nothing. Second half, which is recovered by the Spartans. Recovered that time by number 59, Luis Oliveira.
St. Louis Park trying to start off the game with a big play there. Try the onside and trying to score quick here.
That would have been a big momentum lift for St. Louis Park. They've seen everything go against them in the first half. They thought maybe if they could get that ball, it might fire them up and make something happen here in the second half early.
And it says something for Richfield, too. You know, looking for that, you know, being prepared for that.
Look out.
A play like that.
Look at this run. Duffy is going to go all the way. What a run by Duffy. Started at his own at midfield. Duffy looked like he was going to be taken down at the 47-yard line for a 3-yard gain. Then it looked like they were going to take him down at about the 41-yard line after a 9-yard gain. Then he spun out, and St. Louis Park had 3 or 4 opportunities, but Duffy, with a great third and fourth effort.
He never gave up. He kept on moving those feet. He kept on running. He was spinning. He was doing everything possible to keep on going. And on the other hand, St. Louis Park did not do much to tackle him. There was not a whole lot of grabbing going on. There was more of a hug than it was a tackle.
Dvorak will attempt the extra point. Placement's down. The kick is up. This one's over to the right. So some problems on the extra point conversions.
Well, when you can score as fiercely as Richfield just did there, with no hesitation, just kept on going, and one play and it's over. 26-0 now. St. Louis, Richfield.
Rich, Ben Duffy's been very impressive in this football game.
Oh, definitely, and he, you know, if you're going to talk to him, he'd attribute a lot of it also to great blocking. Like I said earlier, the offensive line for Richfield has owned the line of scrimmage, and St. Louis Park has done very little to nothing to counteract that. And until they do, this is going to be a one-sided game all the way.
That's right. And on the other side of the line, you watch St. Louis Park, you know, where you have some really tough runners when they get into open field, and Eric Woods and Paholke. But Richfield defense has dominated that line and not allowed those runners to get beyond into the secondary of the defense.
Right, except for you know, an occasional big play, but you can't win a game on occasional big plays.
Ball fielded by St. Louis Park, and they're going to start at their own 30-yard line.
Number 22 for St. Louis Park, Troy Jacobson.
Troy Jacobson to Troy on the last time they kicked off, and Troy put his knee down. That time he was able to take a tough kick and bring it up to the 29-yard line. Stoppage of play. Officials talking to each other and now saying, go ahead.
Again, nothing much has changed offensively or defensively. Same alignments.
St. Louis Park split backfield. Woods and Paholke in the backfield. Bjorklund lines up wide right. And off Paholke. And Paholke did a good job to stay on his feet to get up across the 35-yard line.
When he got the ball, he took 2 or 3 steps, and his blocking lineman that was pulling from the left side actually pushed him, forcing him to stop and wait for a decent block. Paholke's got to read the blocking there. He's got to wait for his blockers to get a block going before he can start running up the field. But still, a good job by Paholke there. And Richfield, they got to try to stop Paholke instead of tackling him forward, allowing the big yardage there, a 5-yard gain.
And off Woods.
Carry made by Eric Woods.
Woods with a gain of about 3.5 yards. It's going to bring up third down and a yard to go. It's a long yard.
Well, it's very long yard, especially when it's 26-0. So far this game, third and any yard, St. Louis Park has kind of buckled themselves. You know that's kind of going through their minds right now.
This is Woods, and Woods is met
Number
behind the line.
55 for Richfield.
Jason Kendrick.
Good job by Kendrick, getting great penetration, basically coming through untouched, outsizing Eric Woods there, and as far as Eric Woods is concerned, there's no whole lot he could have did there.
Well, for St. Louis Park, they're trying to run sideways that time, where maybe you're a yard short, maybe you just pound it straight ahead. You have a chance maybe for 2 more downs to get that first down.
Right. You hate to second guess the coaching staff for St. Louis Park.
Here's a fake. Uh-oh, they didn't make it. Nice defensive play. Bottling was supposed, but his knee hits the ground at the 38-yard line. Richfield will take over possession. Great defensive play by Mike Parton, number 47.
Little surprise there by that call, Bruce. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. I mean, the game's not lost by any means. I mean, if you start getting these first downs, you can keep it going. I mean, you can start getting some touchdowns and some points on the board. I'm surprised that the coaching staff, treating this as if this was the fourth quarter.
Scanlon under center, split backfield.
Nice job there by number 46 for St. Louis Park, Nick Skogman.
It's the bill of the ball carrier. Skogman in on the tackle. Gain of about a yard. We're under 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. At halftime, the score was 20-0. Richfield with 6 quick points here in the third on a long run by Duffy. See if Duffy gets the ball here once again. Split backfield for Richfield on 2nd and 9. Receiver lined up to the near side. Back to pass. Throw. Just dropped that time by number 44, Chris Miller.
Miller had that pass, and he was actually fairly open. He may have heard a few footsteps, but definitely no reason why he shouldn't have caught that pass.
It's a nice throw by Scanlon. Third down. 9 yards to go for Richfield.
A little too far forward there for the receiver for Richfield, number 20, Jason Philman.
So Richfield now will probably go for it here, or will they punt?
Looks like they might be going for it.
I think they sent in their punting team. Matt Scanlon is the punter, number 24, as he will stand back on the 50-yard line. High snap. Scanlon with a short kick and bounces and is down at about the 20-yard line.
About a 50-yard punt for Richfield.
So St. Louis Park, for the first time, holds on defense and now will have a chance offensively from the 20-yard line.
I should also state that was a classy play by the Richfield coaching staff. They could have went for fourth down, try to get the first down, but they didn't. They punted. There's a nice class, a classy play there by the coaching staff. Not trying to beat St. Louis Park into the ground, being up 26-0.
Richfield brings an 11th man on the field. Woods is tackled at the 15.
Tackled by number 57, Aaron Bear.
Rich, one thing we did see Richfield on that last series go 2 passes in 1 run. Maybe they're trying to mix things up a little bit, try and work maybe on their passing game. They've got their running game down, and they might see some different things here in the second half.
I'm sure that's exactly what it was. They're up 26-0, and until St. Louis Park does something to threaten that lead, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to, maybe run some plays that they haven't had a chance to run a whole lot of this year. They're just going to, extend the playbook a little bit and see what happens.
St. Louis Park right now playing the percentages. The percentage is they're feeling that Eric Woods is due to break one. Richfield is saying, no, we're not going to let him break it. We've got him covered, and they have.
Right, and, that's the way it's been all game, and I don't understand why St. Louis Park would be under, the facade that, for some reason Eric Woods is now going to get open. To me, it doesn't appear that Richfield has changed any players. Looks like the starting lineup is still out there, so I don't think that Eric Woods is going to be any more open than he was before.
Lechner steps up to the pocket, runs, has the first down, and is driven out of bounds across the 40-yard line. We saw that play before where Lechner eluded the pass rush, stepped inside the defenders, and was able to start upfield.
And again, like I said, Lechner's great broken play
See the defender there grabbing for Lechner as he cut upfield and was stepped out of bounds right across the 40 at the 42-yard line.
Lechner is a smart quarterback. He's very good with his eyes. He sees the field very well. And he noticed that he could feel the pressure, and there was really no one open for him to throw to. Thus, he ran the ball and found the hole.
Delay to Woods. Woods running low and gets across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Tackled by number 47 for Richfield, Mike Parton.
The ball spotted right across the 46-yard line for St. Louis Park. They trail 26-0. 5 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Matt Lechner under center. Orioles operating with a split backfield. Man in motion to the near side. Handoff as Woods backs his way down close to the first down. I think St. Louis Park will be about a yard shy. So not where they spot it. It's maybe closer to 2 yards shy of the first down.
Again, this is where St. Louis Park, as you said earlier, needs to run up the field, not side to side. What they choose to do, we're not sure as of right now, but they got to get the first down here if they're going to, have any chance of scoring in this game.
Rosen, Bjorklund, the receivers to the left side. Lechner keeps it, and Lechner is stopped for about a yard and lost.
He wanted to pitch it to Fahokey, but there was a defender in between them, and he didn't feel comfortable making that pitch, which, I believe he made the right call there, not pitching it, but he had no place to run himself.
Which that's the way to cover the option. Get one player on the quarterback and one on the trailing player, and
right.
They did an excellent job that time. Fourth down for St. Louis Park. They'll go for it here with 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in the third. They trail 26-0. Keeper up the middle. It's going to be close.
Right.
I don't know about this one. It's very,
I think
very
we
close.
might be getting a measurement on this one.
I haven't been so great on my spotting lately, but I would say that this one's going to be right at the nose of the football, and it's going to go one way or the other. But
we'd be concise and
I don't want to make a prediction.
First down.
Maybe not quite at the nose.
You
could have had
read
a
the
nose
names.
like mine.
You read the names, Bruce, and I'll make the the predictions on whether it's first down or not.
St. Louis Park trying to get something going here in the third quarter. The pitch. Fahokey tries to get outside. Nothing going outside. Stays on his feet. And now is brought down. Good pursuit by the Ridgefield defense as they stack Fahokey for a loss of 3 yards.
Yeah. Great pursuit, like you said, by the Ridgefield defense. By the time he finally went down, 8 of the Ridgefield 11 defenders were on or near that pile. It's hard for Pahokee to do much, but that made the defenders basically surrounding you.
second down, 12 passing situation right now for St. Louis Park. Let's see if they go with a pass.
I think they should.
Huh.
Number 58 read that all the way.
Eric Woods on the carry. Compromised by number 58, Troy.
Eric Woods could not start upfield. As soon as the ball got in his hands, he was brought down by Glatt.
58 for Richfield all game. If he hasn't had a receiver on his side or directly over him, he's been coming hard to the inside, but keeping watch of Woods. And that time he read the quarterback. Quarterback was tossing that out there, and he basically ate Woods up on that one.
Richfield with some great speed from the linebacker spot. Back to pass Lecter. Hayes under pressure. Tosses, dumps one over the middle. It's complete, but Woods is going to be stacked shy of a first down by about 8 or 9 yards. St. Louis Park, I'm sure, will go for it once again with the ball being across midfield.
Right, but I think it's starting to be a little more apparent that middle screen just isn't going to work much longer. Richfield all game has read it fairly well, except for the first time it was run. And even this time, there was not a great gainage in yards by Eric Woods.
I think Eric Woods by now probably has to be very, very frustrated. And in motion to the near side. Fake. There's a throw to the far side, too far. And it's going to be a change of possession. Lecter not happy with that throw. That was intended for Nate Bjorklund.
Again, Lechner's got time to throw that pass, but I think it's the fatigue and being hit so many times so far this game. He feels he needs to get rid of it sooner, and he actually does. If he holds on to that ball for about at least another second, which I feel that he's got time to do, I think he can complete that pass.
Rich, on fourth down, really, if you throw it up for grabs, you want to make sure that the receiver has a chance for it. If the defender intercepts it, it's not a big deal. It's like a punt.
Right.
Ben Duffy carries for the Spartans. Stop was made by
Duffy for Richfield. Gets 6.
Again, power football by Richfield offense. They've really done very little as far as changing their offensive scheme here. A few fancier plays reaching into the playbooks, but still they're playing power football, taking time off the clock.
And in motion to the far side, give up the middle. Sibilla gets pulled down.
And Segula carries for the Spartans.
Nice gain by Sibilla as he gets inside of the 20 down to the 18-yard line. And a good job blocking once again by the offensive line of Richfield.
Sibilla, strong run there. A few stiff arms actually knocking down defenders. Again, good job running the ball there. Good job reading his blocks and everything. It was just all around good run.
Probably the last play here of the third quarter. We're under 10 seconds. Split backfield. Keeper, now the pitch. Duffy, if he gets outside, he's in the end zone, and he's pulled down inside the 5-yard line.
And looks like it could be the end of the third quarter.
Stopped by Eric Woods.
It is, so
Brings up a Spartan first down.
3 quarters of play through here from Richfield. It's been all Richfield. After 3 quarters, their score, the Richfield Spartans 26, and the St. Louis Park Orioles nothing.
And if you notice, the crowd noise has gone down considerably. Such a one-sided game that not a whole lot to cheer for by the fans and.
Well, the Richfield fans will be cheering once again as Duffy with another touchdown. lot of power and speed, and Duffy gets into the end zone.
With the combination that Richfield's got, like you said, the power and speed, it's surprising that Richfield is 4-2. They're playing like a 6-0 team right now. And they got one.
I'm sure Bill Dvorak feels a lot better now.
1 for 3 ain't so bad.
33-0, our score in the fourth quarter.
And there goes the flag.
There's a handoff. And they're coming back. That's how the runners have looked. Wide open field for throughout most of this.
No one's stopping them.
St. Louis Park right now has to keep their heads up high, try and see if they can just work on getting something going offensively, see if they can get some positive signs to end this football game. St. Louis Park will start at the 25-yard line. This is Nate Bryant receiving the kickoff.
Nice tackle there by Brian Sandel. Reading the attempt to get to the wall over on the right side of the field, offensive right side, and taking the gentleman with the ball down low.
Right now, Richfield warming up a quarterback on the side. Probably see another quarterback in for Richfield when they start. They get the ball back here. Lechner is sacked at about the 11-yard line, taken down by number 57. That's Aaron Bear.
Lechner has had very little time at all, especially when rolling out to throw the ball. And by looking at it, you can see how frustrated he is, because I think he wants to, to make the attempt to throw that ball, but he has no time. He can't stop and plant. There's too much pressure on him by the time he gets out there.
Loss of 11 on the play. Brings up second down, 21 to go. Lechner, hands off. This is Woods.
Brought down around the 30-yard line by number 1 for Richfield, Bill Dvorak.
A good play for the Orioles to get some of the yardage back. And it now brings up a third down, 8 yards to go. As we see the replay by Eric Woods.
Eric Woods is not giving up. Whether he believes or not he can win this game, he's running 100% full speed. And shows some character for Eric Woods.
St. Louis Park fumbles the ball. They recover it. On the ball that time is Eric Woods. And it's now fourth down.
We'll bring up a fourth down.
St. Louis Park brings in the punting team, trailing 33-0.
On that fumble, looked like on the handoff, the running back who was to get the handoff was wrapped up by a defensive player immediately before ever even getting the handoff. And it's hard for a quarterback to get rid of the ball when he's got no one who can really grab hold.
Adeline punts this one.
Oh, fumble.
Looked like Richfield recovered at number 35, Russell Tapper.
Recovered by Russell Tapper.
St. Louis Park with another line drive punt. And the punt returner holding on to that ball.
I think they were going to reverse. I think he was going to hand it off that time. And as he was getting ready to put the ball into position to hand off to the player going the opposite direction, he was hit, and that's what caused the fumble that time. Richfield now has a new, well, they're going to have Scanlon comes back out. Richfield will take timeout.
8:51 left in the game.
Sort of a demoralizing game for St. Louis Park, who came into this game feeling like they, Richfield was probably the better team, but St. Louis Park felt confident coming into this game that they could really give Richfield a fight, and it's just been all one-sided.
Oh, it's been very one-sided. We stated at the game that Richfield had the size on their side, and we've also found that they've also had the speed. They've owned both sides of the line of scrimmage basically through the whole game. What yardage St. Louis Park has gained has been by big plays or plays that you normally wouldn't see them running if they hadn't been down 33-0. And you got to feel bad for them because, I mean, they are trying. They're giving a lot of effort. But at the same token, you know...
These people don't feel bad. They're happy over on this sideline.
Yeah. Wrong side.
You know, one of the big things we said, Richfield has to come out, and if they don't make mistakes, they should win this ball game. And Richfield has not committed any penalties in this game, and they've played a penalty-free game, and they very seldom have lost the ball. Here's a nice run by Richfield, first down.
Stop made by Tony Christman.
Bill Dvorak, it looks like, with the running back on that play.
Right, with Chrisman making the tackle that time for St. Louis Park, but not until Richfield has another first down.
And we also said at the beginning of the game that if Richfield came out, ran the ball, and continued to run the ball, and if they didn't divert from that game plan, that they would have a good game. And so far, that's exactly what they've done, and their running game has carried the team.
Tony Johnson lines up wide right, the handoff. Duffy is tackled at about the 41.
Running back there was John
Looks like
Stanek.
number 32, you're right, it was 22, but it was number 32.
I think it might have been the spin move that might have confused you on that one.
Stanek with the spin that time.
Jared Udine on the tackle on that one.
Stanek and Dvorak in the backfield. The pitch, Dvorak, who trips up, and knee hits the ground.
Duffy stopped for a loss.
It's going to be about a loss of 4 on the play, and they'll make it 3rd and 9.
No, Richfield originally through most of the game had a power backfield, and now only running with 2, one offset. Not really sure why the change, but they have changed their backfield set. See if they'll go back to that. No, they don't go back to that power backfield again.
Back to pass, looking to the near side, open over the middle, and I think that ball hit the ground. It was intended for Tony Johnson, and it was a low throw. Tony pulled it up right as the ball bounced off the ground. A nice try.
It was a nice scoop by Tony there. Referee didn't look like he wasn't really sure which way he should have called that.
And it was close. You see the replay, St. Louis Park with number 8, Jaron Udine, waving it off, and the official waves it off. And Richfield will punt. Here's a punt that's going to pin St. Louis Park back deep in their own territory. A very nice punt. And St. Louis Park will start from inside the 10-yard line.
And this is probably the last play St. Louis Park wants to start their offense.
The Richfield coaching staff looks on. Todd Olson, the head coach, Dave Thielman, Brian Kispin, Jeff Witt, Mike Thomas, along with Dave Boy. The coaching staff for Richfield have put together a great game plan. As the Richfield Spartans lead 33 to nothing, St. Louis Park steps up to the line at their own 9-yard line. They keep Lechner at quarterback, Woods and Paholke in the backfield. This time Eric Woods in motion to the near side. Lechner back to pass, looking to the near side, has a player open, and it's overthrown.
Pass is intended for Ross Coper.
Intended that time for number 29, Ross Koper. As Ross was disappointed. He thought he had a step on the defender, but the pass just overthrown. That's mostly what we've seen on the down and outs or on the post patterns. We've seen Lechner go back to pass and just overthrow the receivers.
And that was probably the first passing play like that, where he actually had a little pressure actually in his face, where he probably did have to get rid of that when he did. But again, they're going to start throwing those. They've got to complete those, especially when they're down as deep as they're in their end zone.
Back to pass, Lechner under pressure, gets away from the rush, still looking to throw. Now he's got to eat this one.
Lechner forced out by number 39, Chad Kirk.
Looks like a gain of like 5 yards.
Forced out by number 39, Chad Thurman.
Big pressure there by number 59. Got about 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 for St. Louis Park, deep in their own end zone. Following about the 15-yard line. And Eric Woods, not giving up, just running, carrying defenders with him to get the first down.
Eric Woods looks a little bit tired now. He's carried the ball quite a bit, but just he's getting hit pretty hard throughout this game by the Richfield defenders.
Right, and it's hard for one man to carry the team, and he, besides looking fatigued out there, he looked a little down. And when you're as good a running back as Eric Woods is, it's hard not to win a game in the season.
I think St. Louis Park, there's a flag down. I think it's illegal motion as Eric Woods started upfield before the ball was snapped. Lechner was sacked behind the line, and whatever the penalty is, it will be declined by the Richfield Spartans. Yep, illegal motion.
Encroachment on the St. Louis Park Orioles. Penalty was declined.
The numbers man down there on the field.
As long as you can count, you can have that job. Rich's case, it's a good thing he's got 5 fingers on his hand.
Thank you, Bruce.
There's Lechner.
There's the option.
Lechner has some room. Across the 50, down to the 40. Cuts back across the field and is brought down at the 39-yard line.
Lechner started running out of field there. As he was running downfield, he was running down the sideline, and the defenders were starting to cut him off. He tried cutting back across, and no room in...
Good
pursuit
Lechner,
by the defense.
You can also see the speed that Matt Lechner has. And,
right.
Just great athletic ability. When he runs the option, he's very capable of taking it himself. Here's a handoff up the middle. Gain of 3. Woods, the ball carrier.
Eric Woods on the carry. He's stopped by Justin Baker.
St. Louis Park in a hurry-up offense right now.
Looked like Lechner wanted to get with that one off, but number 59 for Richfield wouldn't let him get rid of the ball.
Now he won't let him get back to the huddle. St. Louis Park again with the no-huddle offense as they line up with the split backfield. Paholke and Woods. 3rd down, 11 yards to go for St. Louis Park. Quick drop back, the pass was deflected, intended on the near side for number 88, Nate Bjorklund, but incomplete. St. Louis Park here has to go for it. And we'll see the play once again. Quick one-step drop and the pass for Bjorklund, but he was really double-teamed that time.
Right. The ball was tipped there by number 41, Craig Bull.
Loyals have not had much success here on 4th down. Lecter back to pass. Throws that screen pass.
And
there's a good block. Woods has the first down inside the 20-yard line.
I actually wasn't sure how well that play would work, but as it developed, a lot of yardage there open for Eric Woods.
Let's take a look one more time. And it's all set up by a nice block by number 64 for St. Louis Park. That was Matt Otterblad. And Otterblad responsible for really springing Woods for the yardage he needed for the first down.
Right. Otterblad's main responsibility is to make sure that Eric doesn't get hit before he catches that ball. And he did just that. Held the defender off, gave Eric Woods time to catch the ball, turn around, and start running.
Lecter hands off. Here's Woods. He's going to go all the way, I think.
Oh, yes.
Eric Woods for the Oriole touchdown.
Eric Woods, as I saw a defender at the 1 or 2 yard line, I thought, well, he does have that one chance he can get hit. Here's Woods once again as he reverses direction, and nice block again by number 46 of St. Louis Park, Nick Skogman, and Woods is in.
That's right.
And when Eric gets going like that, and he has that open field, he's pretty hard to bring down.
Right, especially with only one defender basically there to bring him down. We've seen Eric Woods all night run so hard that he's carried defenders, and I doubt this one time that would happen.
St. Louis Park goes for a 2-point conversion. Fake, now reverse, and it's good.
2-point conversion.
Number 18, Steve Rose.
Nice fake that time by the quarterback Lecter as he faked the handoff going one way, gave it to Rose coming back from the opposite direction, and St. Louis Park puts 8 points on the board here in the 4th quarter. 33-8 our score. Richfield fans look on, and it doesn't look like they're getting too nervous over there on the sideline.
Well, the goose egg is gone, and that's good to see. There's nothing harder for a team who feels that they have a chance in a game to get beaten.
Yeah. So St. Louis Park now will probably attempt an onside kick. High school days.
Fans looking pretty happy and content about the victory that they've watched tonight.
Watch the Orioles. They could go the opposite way. They do, but the ball is not going 10 yards. That's the only problem.
And the worst thing about that too is the ball goes out of bounds, and you get a penalty upon, added on to that. So.
St. Louis Park had been successful with this play a couple games ago, and the ball just took a side hop. Rose was there and really would have had a great opportunity. He was going one-on-one with number 46, Greg Benson.
Procedure penalty declined.
Off, gain of 4. We have a new quarterback in the game. Number 25, John.
The quarterback is now number 25, John Penshorn.
Ready to see the handoff. And Neil Bathman.
right now Richfield's just trying to get some players who aren't used to being in the game and trying to wear time off the clock.
Nice run that time. As the ball is given to Tony Johnson.
Ball carried by number 2, Tony
Johnson very close to first down.
By Jeff Pedersen.
I've been very impressed with all of Richfield's running backs. All of them running very hard.
Rich, we're going to have a measurement. Let's see if I can get even here, and I'll say this ball is short of a first down.
And you were right. Congratulations, Mr. Oberman.
Thanks. It's getting better, Rich, and as you get into these 33 to 8 games, you can start making more predictions, start talking about the weather a little bit more. Then we'll get back over to the sidelines, look at the fans, and now we're back on the field here waiting with
the cameramen.
That's right.
And women.
Camera people. Great job by the crew tonight.
Very good job.
Game being covered by Rich TV, Channel 32, and NC Sports, Channel 34. Joint effort, and there's a nice run by Richfield's number 2, Tony Johnson, as he gets down inside the 15-yard line. Some frustration you can see on the Orioles, unable to get Johnson until he gets out of bounds right around the 15-yard line. Here's the play one more time. You see Johnson just started inside, got outside, and 3 St. Louis Park Orioles brought him down.
He breaks the first tackle, and then he's finally taken down by a group of 3. Again, just great running by the Richfield running backs all night.
Back to pass. Here's a pitch. One of the Orioles that time had Johnson by the shirt, was unable to get him, but just slowed him down enough so that number 57 of St. Louis Park, that was Joel Feldman, could come up with a tackle. Saw a lot of pressure originally on the quarterback by St. Louis Park's Joe Toshner. Penshorn under center. We see the offensive line, and Penshorn hands it up the middle. We're going to have a penalty flag down.
Flag on the play.
This one could go against Richfield. No, I think we're going to have face mask on St. Louis Park.
I believe we will have a face mask on number 78.
Face mask penalty on the Orioles.
Oh, 72, I'm sorry.
Well, you know, that really slowed down the momentum of Jeff Johnson that time.
Getting your head ripped off, or the possibility of, tends to do that.
Slows you down a little bit.
At least makes you think about it.
Johnson and Athman in the backfield. Athman gets close to the goal line.
Neil Athman on security.
So Richfield now at the 1-yard line. Correction on the name of the quarterback. That's Penshorn with the handoff. And again, the ball carrier that time was Neil Athman on the replay. And we're down to the 1-yard line with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in this game. Bruce Oberman along with Rich Rhodes. Penshorn hands off for the touchdown.
Number 2 again.
Right, that's Tony Johnson, the 5'9" senior. And it's nice to see a player like that in his last home game getting an opportunity to get into the end zone. Penshorn with the hands raised up over his head. That offensive line for Richfield has done a great job. Coaching staff has to be very pleased with the way Richfield has performed in this game. Bill DeVore with the extra point, which is wide left. So he's had a couple wide right, now he goes wide left, and he did get one in the middle. Richfield unable to get up to the 40-point mark, but they're at 39 right now.
Maryland wins the game ball, and as we announced before, Carol Dawkins won the $41 off. Thank you all very much for your support.
Rollator Limited. They're
They just ran out of gas.
Speaking for the Sparks, Luis Talavera.
They're going to obviously need a little more practice if they're trying to enter the 98 Olympics in this new competition that we started there, Rich.
What do you mean we? I'm letting you take full control of this one.
Run back by the Orioles, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
1:13 left in the game.
Let's see if the Orioles come out with Lechner again. And they do. They'll keep their starters in the game all the way to the end. Back to pass Lechner. Under pressure, now gives off. This is Woods. Eric Woods has room. Makes one move. Woods still on his feet. Eric Woods goes out of bounds.
Down under the 31, 30-yard line.
So the longest run of the game for St. Louis Park by Eric Woods. And the clock is stopped at 45 seconds. Now the clock will continue to roll. Lechner. It was like a Statue of Liberty play on that last play where fakes the pass. Now the Orioles will run to the near sideline. Paholke does a good job to get out of bounds. With 31 seconds remaining, St. Louis Park now can huddle up. Well, at the Ridgefield 28-yard line, the Orioles trail 39-8. Lechner has the ball himself. Lechner heading for the end zone, and touchdown, St. Louis Park.
We got a penalty flag down, which you hate to see.
When you see a flag like that downfield, it usually indicates a possible clipping on the offensive team.
St. Louis Park players clapping.
Richfield.
Personal foul on the Orioles.
Well, St. Louis Park scored a touchdown, but I think a post-possession foul called against St. Louis Park, which personal foul, but it does not negate the penalty.
You mean the touchdown?
The touchdown. Or did it negate the touchdown, Rich?
I don't believe so. I believe it.
They signaled touchdown, which would have meant it's a two-point conversion. Paholke throwing back to Lechner. Lechner cutting back to the side. Pitches it. Some razzle-dazzle by St. Louis Park.
I believe that was the extra point.
Right, that was a two-point conversion, which a lot of yards for a two-point conversion, and a lot of running by Lechner. But it was a neat little play there. Some razzle-dazzle that time as the Orioles had an option where they threw back to Lechner. Lechner ran, then pitched the ball So an exciting play for what normally would be just a 3 or 2 yard conversion, 2-point conversion attempt, but the penalty moved them back, and the Orioles did not make the 2-point conversion. The score. So the score is 39-14.
With 10 seconds left to play in the game.
That was a mouse that was just running through.
Running across Bruce's face.
St. Louis Park would try an onside kick, I'm sure, with 10 seconds left to go. That's a good kick, and St. Louis Park might have recovered this one.
And they did.
They did, but with 10 seconds left to go, St. Louis Park might have time for one more play. We've seen St. Louis Park, they never give up. They seem to always come through right at the end with a touchdown or two, Rich. And I guess, you know, it doesn't happen early, but it just shows their character that they're not going to give up and fight all the way to the end. You like to see that in a football team, especially a team that hasn't won any games in a couple seasons.
Right, and, you know, as you said, it's a great show of their character, but in the end, a few...
that sign probably says it the best. What Richfield really did was they overpowered the Orioles.
Right, and if you're an Oriole and you're a senior, you would like to see that goose egg in the win column taken down sooner or later. And it wasn't tonight, you know, maybe next week, but hopefully soon that goose egg will be taken down for St. Louis Park, and there will be a victory in there.
Lechner pitches. Eric Woods breaks one tackle. Woods on his feet. Eric Woods knows he has to get to the end zone and is stacked up at about the 16-yard line as the game ends. But a nice run by Eric Woods and a great game by Richfield and a good, valiant effort in the fourth quarter for St. Louis Park.
That's right.
Again, Richfield did not probably keep most of their starters in as we're in the fourth quarter, but the Richfield defense, I think, was the key to this game. Even though their offense, the Orioles cannot stop the offense, Richfield's defense did such an outstanding job on Eric Woods and Matt Lechner and Tony Paholke, and it really, really set the stage for the offense. And
right.
You know, the offense again did a great job too when they did get the ball.
And that's what I said early, you know, before the game started. That is, you know, what St. Louis Park has got to run their ball. They got to stick to the running game, but they cannot let Richfield break that running game. And that's kind of what happened. Is Richfield did break the running game. I mean, there were still yards gained, but not as many as needed. Not when needed. You know, when it's third and long, you need to get that first down. And if you go to your running game's got to get it for you. And tonight, it just didn't happen. They didn't get the yards when they needed it.
Oh, yeah, what a great game by you know, some of the defensive players, Yuso, Kendrick, Olson, Bear, Glatt. They did the great job, you know, when needed to on defense. And on offense, a great performance by Ben Duffy. Also the quarterback, Paul Scanlon, did an outstanding job. And the running backs were the key right there for Richfield, as well as the offensive line. Sometimes the offensive line doesn't get that much credit, but you have to give credit to Yuso, Kendrick, Olson, Bear, and Glatt, some of the same players that played on the defensive end. So, Rich, a pleasure again working with you.
Same here. Thank you very much.
I want to thank everyone for joining us. Richfield with a big win over the St. Louis Park Orioles. Good night from the Richfield Stadium.
Durham Hall. High final 14-13.